What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? I can see you nut, bro. Let me see. And make sure you go into the book. Um,
Yeah, I messed up that last time, man. I hit the button. I was messing around with something. Hit a back button. I thought I was gonna take just switch the screens back.
right. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. I see me now. All right. So let me. I gotta introduce you. All right. I'm gonna put you on mute right quick, bro. All right, y'all. I had some technical difficulties there before, and I want to fix that. I got it fixed. I think I got it fixed. Hopefully, I got it fixed. Um, uh, that's what I do. I troubleshoot. So I troubleshoot. So that's a part of my makeup. Uh, I got a special guest tonight. I'm gonna bring this brother on. Long time friend, brother, the whole nine. Uh, when you talking about some, we got it out the mud. We got it out the mud. Some of us still in the mud, but but it happens like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, some of us still in the mud. So I guess we like to water in the mud like the pig. I guess sometimes. All right, but I wanna introduce this brother. He's a very well known Parkside native. A lot of people y'all haven't seen him in a while, and everybody they were a little hard at we call him a little hard in the hood, but he's a very well accomplished individual, and I'm not the reason why he's where he's at, but I'm proud of him, and I appreciate everything that he's done, cause he's in my eyes he's done a lot. It's in my eyes, regardless of what somebody else might think. In my eyes, he's accomplished a lot, and I appreciate this brother. Without further ado, y'all, I'd like to bring forth my brother, Mr. Lloyd Harper Jr. Yeah, he's he's.
What's up, man?
How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I can't even see on this thing. I gotta put my glasses on, man. There we go. I can see now. What's happening, man?
Oh, not too much. I just like to. Sometimes I like to go live and bring somebody on. That way they can
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
explain their version of what's going on in the world. No matter what
Mm-hmm.
part of the world you in, everybody have their own um, version or
Vantage points, yeah.
definition, yeah, vantage
Mm-hmm.
point of what's going on in the world. And I appreciate you, bro. So if you can, I don't know how you got your setup over there. You can share the broadcast. I like people to share the broadcast. And
Man, I don't know nothing about that, man. I got
yeah,
to
yeah.
do something. I'm on that little app you sent me, man.
No. Yeah, yeah.
You
You're
should have,
right.
you
You're
should
right.
have,
You're right. My bad.
you
My
should have
bad.
told me about that, man. I would have
Yeah, yeah.
did that,
Nah,
but I
nah.
don't
We,
know if it
we,
was
yeah,
good. I did it or not, man.
we good. We good though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Yeah.
that. Don't worry about
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Hey, well, I appreciate it,
I can
man.
share it from my end though.
Okay.
I can share it from my end. Uh,
Okay. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate that little intro. And man, it always be good to see you, man. I remember Reese was telling me, he said, man, yeah, man, Dan got the little podcast little thing going on. I used to try to catch you. You didn't know I was trying to catch you because he's 8 hour time difference.
yes. Exactly.
So
Oh,
I
you
used
in
to check
Saudi
you
right
out.
now or Atlanta?
No, I'm in Atlanta, man. I've been here. I've been back for about 6 years. I dipped over a couple times, but um, various older spots I used to hit up, you know. But
Right,
I'm
right,
back in the A, man. I'm trying to get home, man, and try to make something happen here. When you was
okay,
talking about the economic development and the products and the business on that last call, I said I gotta holler at the brother, man, because this is where my thing is at, talking about that particular subject,
right,
economic development specifically.
right, right, right. So, yeah, it's always a good subject when you're talking about economic development because, um, in my eyes, we have this plan on building or rebuilding or adding to the community, but a lot of that over the years, it never happens, and
Mhm.
things go by the wayside, and then we just like, oh, we getting older. One day this is gonna be supposed to be nice.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
so
exactly.
so that's where I'll be at. I'll be like, okay, well,
Well, man, what I think it is, man, I hate to cut you off, but what I think is, I think we had too much, man. Life
yeah,
was good back then.
yeah,
Life was good. If you look at economically where the U.S. was at that time frame, the U.S. was at its peak in abundance.
right,
Jobs everywhere, overtime. I mean, it was just, so it was a lot for young inner city black men and women to have. We had a lot, man. So when you had so much, and I don't mean, I know some people were unfortunate, but we had good times, man. I mean, I think for the most part, we were doing a lot better than the younger generation is doing right now in some cases.
right,
And I think to be satisfied to that level at a young child, it was hard to get the type of motivation you need and the type of hunger to actually follow through on the plans you wanted to do.
right.
We were screen print shirts back in, man, what year was that? I mean, you wasn't even out of East Side. Yeah,
Yeah, that had to be 85, 84,
yeah,
85. Yeah,
yeah. We screen print shirts, man. We doing all kind of, we cutting hair. We was doing a whole lot of stuff back then, and but it wasn't enough for us to actually follow through with a lot of the stuff again, because I believe it was just a lot of abundance, a lot of distractions, a lot of having fun. In my travels, sometimes you see a lot of we call them foreigners, but they actually are Americans. But what I mean when I say foreigners, I'm talking about like first generation Americans. When you see them, and we always ask the question, why they able to do it so fast and
right,
seem to succeed so fast, but we don't as a people. They got a lot of motivation still. They got generational motivation still coded in their DNA for struggling and getting it out the mud and really having it rough.
right,
Right. Number one. Number two, they got unity,
right.
you know. And so those are the two components that we seem to be having a problem with. But
So um, if you can get a chance to, or if you want to elaborate on uh, uh, what substantiates your accolades, some of the things that made you who you are or got you to the point where you are now.
um, I would say my father, number one, uh, he was, my father, right?
Yeah,
My
yeah, yeah,
man,
yeah.
always being there and just kind of being creative and sort of implanting inside the household. You can pretty much do whatever you want to do, and that kind of led me when I went off to when I wrecked his car. He had a Pontiac J2000. You remember Steve Lyons? You remember Steve Lyons?
Yeah,
Steve Lyons wrecked the car, right? Me and
yeah,
him
yeah.
had the accident.
Okay.
He don't know this, but he actually led me to join the military. So when I wrecked his car, I knew Shep, and we had Anthony Johnson and brothers like that who were in the community had left, went off to the military. So we had some real close examples.
Right,
So when I wrecked my father's car, I went down to the recruiting office, and the guy says, "What do you want to be? What do you want to come in for?" I said, "Do you have a machinist?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "Your scores are good enough. Why would you want to do that?" And I said, "Well, because my father's a machinist."
right, right,
So that's kind of how I got into the trade. I did that, got into the trade. I was naturally good at it. Went to Rankin Technical College. I received an associate degree in machine tool technology, and then I got the opportunity to work at Cellar Tool and Die to receive my apprenticeship program. I was the first Black American to actually to be employed at that place, and
Right.
then to receive my apprenticeship program. So I had actually at that time, and I was simultaneously going to SIU Edwardsville at night for AutoCAD, mechanical, welding, metallurgy. So I had a plethora of trade related type of education behind me.
Right.
Now a lot
Right.
of people didn't know this, but I still was in the hood. We still kicking it. We still
Yes.
going to the club, but it
Yes.
was tough because I had to be at school or at work, but I still was doing it though.
Right. Right.
Simultaneously, I had that much I can kind of be here and be there and do it all.
Right.
So, so I had at that time I had over 6 years of education in the trade.
Right.
Most people, we know diploma, bachelor's degree, associate
Right.
degree,
Right. Right.
bachelor's
Right.
degree,
Right. Right.
master. We know that, but in the trade, it's a different world,
Yes.
and so it's a different world. So I like to, you know, it's been difficult though in the space when you're a trades guy versus when you are sort of a scholastic academia type of person.
Exactly.
And so with that military training apprenticeship program, working with some of the aerospace companies out there and working real close on the manufacturing side, I had the opportunity to work overseas
Right.
as a defense contractor. And my first job when I left overseas, and y'all was like, "Where the brother at?" I went overseas. I went overseas because I had the opportunity to work as a machinist and welder instructor institute 90 kilometers off the border of Kuwait and Iraq. And I worked there as a machinist, welder, instructor, curriculum developer. And that's kind of where I start to transition from actually being behind the actual machines to start to transfer into the management side.
Right.
And so I took that contract for 3 years. In that 3 year period, I began to know some of the locals because
Right.
I became Muslim back when I was 16 years old. You know them days,
Right.
right?
Right.
We
Right.
was we was
When
real blackety blackety.
when the Harper boys was going.
Yeah, we were the blackety blackety black. We got the Nefertitis, the Africans. We Rastafarian, Muslim, Jamaican, Black Panther. We all of them rolled up in one.
Yes.
But back then, though, I actually learned how to read and actually write Arabic back then. And I started to actually play around with it a little bit since I was 16 years old.
Right.
So I actually started to read and put some words together. When I got over to Saudi and I was an instructor,
Right.
what happened, and I'll hand it back over to you, but I want to kind of close it off on this sort of accolade portion of the conversation. What happened was I was I noticed that everybody, when I first got there, I had maybe 3 students. These are Saudi cadets. They go to
Right.
the English Institute,
Right.
then they come under me, and I'm supposed to teach them and sign them off on the job training to do certain executions, maintenance executions on Apaches and Blackhawks. That was kind
Right.
of my job. It helped them write some curriculum, put some different questions, and help with that side. I noticed I had like 4 or 5 students at first. Then after a while, I got 5 more, 5 more. I got up to like 25 students. And I'm noticing everybody else got 5, 10 students. So I asked, why is it that I got so many students? And one of the soldiers told me it's because this is the machine shop and welding, and this is where they dump all of their the lower class of their training.
Mm-hmm.
If you failed and you didn't do good, send them over there. I got
Right.
offended off that, man.
Right.
I
Right.
said,
Right.
what y'all, I ain't what y'all disrespecting me, my trade, y'all disrespecting what my father taught me. So this is supposed to be the low end stuff, right? So what
Right.
I did, I leveraged that. I started to actually push a little harder and sort of try to show what this type of and how this type of skill actually is important to the entire operation. Without this, it don't work. And so
Exactly.
I start
Exactly.
to, meet different people, meet different businessmen, local businessmen, network, and kind of went from there.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I mean,
But it was fun.
when we used to. talk, I used to get just far as some of the insight on what you were doing and some of the trade that you were doing and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, let me
so
be
so we
quiet, bro,
always
because I
talk
got I
about
got too much stuff in my head.
yes,
It's crazy.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So and some of the stuff that I seen you do, I was like, we was doing that when we was young. You know what I'm saying? It's just the point of design since your father had the machinist background and things like that. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and so actually a great trade because I used to come up to cello every now and then and holler at you,
yeah,
and s-
yeah,
and
yeah.
so it's one of those things. Um, I enjoyed the adventure. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So when we had a conversation, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a partner over in Saudi. I'm sitting there talking that garbage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, but just saying you in Saudi and me knowing what you doing is they I can't explain it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's deep.
Even my sons will ask me sometimes, "What do you do?" I said, "Man, really, I don't even know what I do.
Right, right,
I don't know what I do because actually, believe it or not, and this will you can get it. You can. I mean, it's about integrity. The bottom line, it's about integrity. If you any everybody likes somebody who's solid.
right.
Everybody likes people around them that's solid,
Exactly.
especially when you talk about money.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like, listen, I got this. I need somebody that's solid, and I need somebody that can execute.
Exactly.
That's what it boils down. It don't matter what level of business you are, whether you starting, whether you're at the end, you have to maintain integrity. You have to be solid. And so
Mm-hmm.
once you got that type of once you practice that, that's not something that you always know because you have to learn from experience what's
Exactly.
important to people and what's not sometimes. But
Right. Right.
mhm,
So my portion of when I was doing aviation, they was like
that's right.
it
Yep, I
it
remember
it
you
it,
worked. You had your
it's
A&P license, didn't you?
yeah. So it was some part of that I was like so some of the professors were like, how you know how to do this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
some stuff you can just if you pay attention, you say, oh, okay, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
I mean,
mm.
you have to learn the technical part of it, but you still, it's just some. I think all of us that were in our circle had a a natural talent.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It was a unique circle. It was a
Yeah,
unique circle.
it was very unique, and I
Yeah,
believe that
yeah,
if we had to focus on everybody's strength, I think we'll be a powerful unit. Uh,
yeah, yeah. You gotta have leadership, man. You
yes,
gotta have some type of leadership, man. We young, we having a good time, and we were just having too much fun, man. We didn't have to do what we were doing, what we were talented at. We didn't have
exactly,
to. It wasn't a
exactly.
means of survival. It wasn't a means of paying a light bill. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't.
Right,
It wasn't that we didn't have to do it. So
right,
because of that reason, we just played around with it, and we dipped away. And now we say, well, we was doing that back then, which is true, but you know,
right. So,
we didn't have to do it.
yeah, I man, at that time, I mean, everybody told, oh man, we was struggling, we was poor. Man, I had no idea. I had
Yes,
no
yeah,
idea.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We was having too much
yeah.
fun. You know what I'm saying?
I
I had
guess,
no
I
idea we was
guess. I
poor.
mean, I guess. I mean, I attribute now. My parents, they was, man. Oh man, he 16 hours a day if he can get it. He
Yeah,
getting it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
He
don't have
getting
to
it.
come home.
He
He don't
getting it.
have to come home. That's how he was.
Yeah,
So so
yeah,
so
yeah,
and when he was gone, he mom, she's spoiling me. So, but I appreciated it though, man. I really
yeah,
appreciated it. I wasn't one thing that I'm thankful for is that although my parents had the ability to move out of the city, they
yes,
didn't. They didn't move out till I left.
yeah,
And so
exactly.
and so I had the opportunity to grow up, in the hood, with the brothers, man. You know, it was just me and Reese, of course we paint the town red type joint all the time we could. And
Hmm.
so So that was the good thing I enjoyed about it, man. Being around the hood and being around all that creativity. You know, we were
Exactly.
signing autographs. See, a lot of people don't know. You see, y'all was out of school. I wasn't out of school.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know
exactly.
they used to let
Exactly.
me leave school to go
Yes.
do concerts? I
Yeah.
was officially an artist. I was
Ex-
given permission to leave school and go sign autographs, man. It's
yeah.
actually people who
Yeah.
I've signed their shirts. And I'm
Yeah.
going back to to East
Yeah.
Side,
Yeah.
but people didn't know that. The
Yeah.
Kick It Up crew was actually, we did a concert with, and I'm gonna say it because you probably didn't get a chance to say this stuff.
Yeah.
I can say it, and because you trying to be humble. I'm saying this. You and MC Baby Jew, I remember because me and Reese was the dance, and I only like saying this, but I only like remembering I was a dancer.
Right.
I be thinking back at that stuff. I said I be ashamed, but because when you young, you
Yeah.
think you cool, you think you cool
Yes.
with it, and you think
Yes.
you know what I'm saying. But when you get older, you might look back and say, "Dang, I kind of was looking crazy."
Yeah. Yeah.
But I remember, man, we in Tennessee, we in Florida, we
Yeah.
in Michigan.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I'm on the stage, me and respect, and I see you tying it up. People in the crowd, yeah. I say, man, these dudes actually some real rappers for real.
Right.
And so I remember that we traveling, we hitting the spots, coming back to East Side, and then we doing. It just was too much talent without
Yes.
anybody to say, hey, you guys gonna do this. Stop with all that
Yes.
other stuff.
Yes.
Focus on this and do
Yeah.
this.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
So
But we lost the war though, right?
yeah, we lost the war. We
We
lost the
lost
war.
the war
We
because
lost the war.
I drove through East Side, East St. Louis. I said I rolled. That's what came to my mind. I rolled through. There, I said, man, we lost the war.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
And
lost the war.
when you look at the remnants of what's how it looked now, if we consider it a battle, we lost the war.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
lost that war. When you look back, you know what I'm saying, the dilapidation and just the deterioration of the community, we lost the war. You got to think
Yeah.
we come out of high school, we got 60 some thousand people. Now we got 17,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
17,000 people. And so
Eh, eh,
where did 40,000 people go?
right.
30,000 people go.
Exactly.
You know.
So 30 or 40,000 people gone somewhere. All right, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get to get to
Okay.
what we can't the business at hand. All right,
Okay.
we're
Yeah.
gonna
But we'll
talk
talk.
about
All right.
some product development and some economic development. We got a lot
Okay.
of I got a lot of intelligent people that's in the audience right now, like Carl Mattox. That's my brother from another mother,
Mm.
and I got Roosevelt Simmons in the building. I got Carl Walker in the building. Centerville, Centertrill.
Paul Walker.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
and
That's
so
one of those names you don't forget.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you got one of my coworkers, Bam. She in the building. All
Mm.
right, all right. So what I want to talk about is you happen to be involved in or you participate from time to time in product development and economic development. I mean, you grant writer ability and all these great things, you know.
Mm.
And so, so I wanna me. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. So we talking about.
I put my glasses on.
I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
What is the black community? What determines it? The importance of economic development. The black community. Certification hub zones, black love is what's missing. Okay, yeah, that's
All right. So let's talk about what is a black community and what does that consist of to from your vantage point.
mm. Well, you know, one of the biggest issues when we talk about economic development is knowing what are we actually talking about, and The reason why I say that, let me just say this. Let's talk about economic development, the black community. Let me say this right here, and it should answer it without me doing a whole lot of talking. And it will let you know what the black community is. Tesla employs about 20,000 people in the Tesla plant. East St. Louis went from 40,000 to 18,000, 50,000 to 18,000 people right now. If Elon Musk were to put a Tesla plant in the middle of East St. Louis, what percentage of that plant you think will be black or be white?
Well, I would think that they would.
I'm talking about after 3 years, what percentage of East St. Louis you think will be black or white?
Well, I think it it
18,000.
it 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 it'd be less because it would have fallen off because initially when a lot of those developments come into the community, they try to hire the people in the community, and then when that fall off, they bring in people from
Right.
outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah. So,
yeah,
so, 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 so that out of that 18,000, they need 20,000 people. Out of that 18,000, they have to have the capability. They have to be old enough. They have to be within that
yes,
particular occupational field or willing to do so.
right,
So, East St. Louis, if they're not driving out of the city, East St. Louis can easily become 50-50 white in a matter of 10 years if a facility of that nature came
yes,
to a place like East St. Louis. So when we
yeah,
talk about when we talk about a product, we talk about, well, economic development is product and economic development. But just say, as it relates to economic development and the black community boundaries are more uh, 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 they're not physical boundaries necessarily. Just because the city of East St. Louis has a city, they did this with Hub Zone. They did this with those type of things to say this many percentage of people have to be in the black community. But one must understand, and the reason why I this is an issue that I fought with when it was a
right,
project that I was working on. I insisted that the project be done in East St. Louis. People don't know this, but I have maybe 3 projects that I am trying to steer direction to East St. Louis.
right,
But I don't talk about it because it ain't ready to talk about.
right,
People be talking and talking way too early. The stuff needs to be almost finished and then talk about it.
yes,
The biggest problem I had, I said, I'm looking at demographics. I'm looking at, like what you brought up, the highways, exit ramps, locations where properties at. I'm thinking about, you know, who's the mayor, the politics of the mayor, the county. There's a lot of things that go inside before you start asking somebody to give you their money. You say,
right,
man, I need this much money. Give me your money. You need to know all those points and see what the risk is associated with those. And you have to try to mitigate. If the risk is too high, you try to mitigate it, reduce it, and package it up and say, here's the deal, and hope that your city and the people in your community will benefit from it by via proximity. You know,
right,
letting the
right,
people know, letting the people be aware, hey, this is the company that's coming. We hiring for these positions. Be ready. Be ready, get this done, take this, it'll help you out in the interview, those type of things.
right.
You know, and
So
and 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 product development. I think that's a separate channel chain of
yeah, yeah,
discussion.
yeah. I mean, that was just part of your accolades and stuff like that. So I just threw
Mm,
that out there. Let me see. Then it has the importance of economic development in the black community.
mm.
Okay.
Yeah. David Stewart had mentioned in a discussion he had said, David Stewart being the CEO owner of Worldwide Technologies, I think the first or the second. David Stewart is his name, correct?
Yes, yeah, yeah. That's
Uh, 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 Rich's
I
man.
had an opportunity to meet him before
Yeah.
in St.
He,
Louis.
you know, he said you must produce something. His advice to the audience: sell something. He didn't say produce. He said sell something. Right now, most when we think of jobs, this is the problem with, man, we be thinking when we think of jobs, man, we think about the jobs, we think about service related jobs, which ain't nothing wrong with service related jobs. You need service related jobs.
Right.
You need an accountant. You need a barbershop. You need car washes. You need salons you know agents and different other service related businesses,
Right.
hotels, daycares. You need those type of businesses, but somebody got the money got to come from somewhere.
Right.
If everybody doing a service, where's the origin of the money coming from? Where's the money being actually created from?
Right.
Products, when you selling a product, when we talk about items and things, you know, either you're going to take a product, you're going to create a product, and then you're going to sell the product,
Right.
or you're going to take resources that are in the ground, aluminum, minerals, whether it's agriculture, peanuts, certain things like that. In agriculture, they're going to financially benefit from the agriculture. Most of the Midwest makes its money from agriculture. It used to be agriculture and the Rust Belt that was coming through there,
Right.
manufacturing agriculture.
Right.
What does those two have in common? There, it's nothing, and now it's something.
Right.
It nothing exists, now it's something exists, and you got money.
Right.
You see how you took money out the air?
Right.
Nothing was there. You did some work, of course. You put some human, some sweat equity into it, and then after that, some money came out.
Right.
That's how money's created. Now, when you take this money, you go and you get your haircut, you go and get this done, you go to now you start activating the services. So the Black community needs a fungible product. It needs something that it can create and develop and grow. It needs factories that produce inside the Black communities, and that's what's going to make the Black communities grow.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Period.
Right.
That's the fact. I don't care what nobody say. I see all these forums, and you pay $100 for the ticket, and you're gonna see these people up on the stage, and they gonna talk about wealth. Man, they taking your money, man. Somebody done paid those cats, and I ain't knocking them. I'm saying they got some advice, they got some game to talk about, but they ain't talking about this game right here. This is the fact that you have to generate wealth, generate real money. Get something, sell something. Let people give you money.
Right.
Now you got money coming in. Now you got money coming in. The biggest way to do that is that the politicians are people in positions of public trust, as they say. They should be. They know how to conversate and dialogue. They know what a grant money is. They know what all those different options are. Why they not saying, "Hey, tire manufacturer"? Amazon, why they not saying, hey, you different manufacturers, why they not giving them tax breaks to get them to move into the city?
Right. Right. Because I know at one time they were. This was years ago. They were offering tax abatements to for businesses that wanted to come there.
Mm,
Um, but I mean, you have this minority community, and it's always been the rumor or the stigma that uh, nobody wants to uh, pour money into the minority community for the fact of you may
mm,
become as 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 wealthy, or the community may do better, and they might not need the programs and stuff that the Democratic Party put down sometime. I don't know.
uh-oh, you went there.
No, no, no,
You went
no,
there. I
no,
didn't
no,
go
no, no,
there.
no,
You
no,
went.
no, no. We ain't got to go there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying for one of the facts that yeah, there may be some great programs that may help people, but what I'm saying is that they used to talk about years ago. Your oppressor ain't going they not gonna
Mm,
sink money to your community because they don't want you to
mm,
do bad good. You know what I'm saying? Because
mm.
they build their wealth off of our
Okay. Yeah,
community.
which is true. Which is
You know what
true
I'm
to a
saying?
degree, but
Yeah.
which is true.
I mean,
But
some most of it is self inflicted, but it's just you know. Uh,
I mean, I mean, if you're going to let somebody take your money and do you like that, then they're going to take your money and do you like that. I don't care what group of people they are.
Right.
Everybody, we sit here, we are our economy, black economy is 1.7, 1.8 trillion dollars.
Right.
That's the black GDP of America.
Okay, I think I got it in here.
Hmm.
Okay. Things we should know. All right. It's the GDP is
Hmm.
1.7 trillion dollar. Uh we have That's the economy that we have in the black community. 1.7 trillion dollars.
Yeah.
So
The seventh largest economy in the world.
yes, so we got the seventh largest economy in the world uh in comparison to Canada. Canada, okay, if we got 1.7 trillion,
Hmm.
Canada has 2.1 trillion dollars GDP, and Australia has 1.8. We got 1.7 just as the
Mm,
black community.
mm, mm.
Then Saudi has 2.6, which it might be a little different, but
Right.
that's just as
How much
uh,
money? How much?
how much
And
money is
that's
circulating
mind. That's
within,
mind-boggling.
that's circulating within the black community.
Mm,
And
mm.
I seen the one guy said, he said, we're not poor, we just broke. You know,
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
broke it. That in my head, it just means what I know to be true is that we just spend it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
We find things to spend it on that has no meaning, that has nothing to do with life and the come up of life. You know what I'm saying? And the
Hmm.
come up
Hmm.
of being financially stable.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because all everything that I go through, I always say is on me. It's my fault. I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm to blame for that. The moves that I
Yeah.
make, those are things that I blame myself. So
Hmm.
I can't, at this point, I can't just throw it out there that, what, somebody holding me back. But nah, come on.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there are systems that's put into place. We got these systems that's put into place. Yes,
Hmm.
once you get into a certain atmosphere, they're like, nah, I ain't letting them do that, you know, or they'll
Hmm.
try to belittle
But
you, but we still can. Let me see.
yeah.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
The old dude,
I
a old dude told me one day, bro. He said, he said, if you can't manipulate the system, no, he said, if you can't beat the system, you just got to manipulate within it. There is,
Mhm.
if we got that much money circulating within our community, just think. I mean, it could be 2 3 years if we spend it in a different direction. The
Mhm.
conversation about our community will be different. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
think.
It's about spending with each other.
Yes.
It's about spending with each other, buying from each other. That's what
Yes.
it's about. We don't have any buying power is when you buy from each other.
Yes.
It doesn't, we're not benefiting from our own wealth. That's what it pretty much saying. We got
Right.
1.7 trillion that goes through the US economy annually. We're not benefiting. How do we benefit? We buy from each other. Why don't we buy from each other? Because we don't love each other.
Right.
That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
When I was overseas, they had and they got different cultures got these.
Yeah.
They like banking systems where every month everybody put up a certain amount.
Yeah.
So they'll get 12 people every month. Everybody give that one person. They get 12 names. They put them in the bag.
Yeah.
Right? You pick a number. I'm number two. This person number one. Person number five. Person number all the way up to 12. The number is $500. So the
Right.
person that's got number one, all 12 people. Well, it'll be 11 people minus him. Give that person they $500. So he got six bands.
Right.
You see. Now you have to do it next month. You may say, "Well, I can save my own money." The
Right.
difference in that is that you don't want everybody to think you a thief and you a bum and you dusty. So it
Right.
forces you to pay.
Right.
So they go $500, they go 1,000, they go 2,000, they go $5,000. They go
Mm-hmm.
way up there.
Right.
And there's people that do that, and that's how they keep their money in their community. And sometimes the money change from products to different services. You know, it's how, and I'm talking about, I would say 70% of all cultures around the world have that.
Right.
We
Right.
don't have that,
Right.
you know, because it's the law, and then they'll say, "Oh, we doing this and doing that type stuff." We don't love each other. And Juneteenth, a lot of people was knocking Juneteenth, but I was happy about Juneteenth. You
Right.
know, it was yeah, man, Juneteenth, and it's about that they made the do all the time. I'm talking about the fact that there's a day that's exclusively for Black Americans, descendants of slave Black Americans,
Right.
not African Americans. I'm talking about Black Americans. That a day specifically for them. So on that particular day, you go out to the different, you know, celebrations they have out there. You know, you spend money. You spend
Mm-hmm.
money between each other. You know, you buy something from this person, even though you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let that person buy from somebody else. They don't need it. And let the
Right.
money at least stay for 24, you know, stay a little bit longer. I think it stays in the Black community for 6 minutes or something
6 hours.
crazy like that.
6 hours.
6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Six
so,
6 hours from the time they get paid.
but economic development, to the point, economic development of Black community is an absolute must. You know,
Yeah.
Dr. Claude Anderson spoke on it. The other, forgot the other guy's name. He speak on it a lot. You know, we have to have a product in order to get economic development. We have to have a product. We have to be producing something inside our communities.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, if you just had one or two ideas that can be produced, or what
Mm,
kind of factory that needs to be, because
mm.
everything is based on a necessity. So
With demand, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you got. You know, what do people buy? We buy toilet paper. We buy plastic forks and spoons. We buy
Right.
paper plates.
Right.
We buy we buy Windex. We buy soap.
Right.
You know, my actual job. I ain't gonna say my job. The projects that I was working on, it consisted of identifying a product that particular uh, 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 company or country needed.
Right.
So if that country needed these particular products and they don't produce them inside the country, and it passed their approval, then the government will provide money, interest free, deferrable, you know, loans to those businesses to produce that product, because they knew that the product will provide it will provide jobs
Right.
and economic growth for that particular city. So we have to do the same thing in Black communities. We have to identify a product, package the product, put together everything that's related to it. You got to get the market research. You got to get all of the, you know, all the costs associated, any licensings and all that type of stuff. You got to put together a real robust, uh, 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 you know, feasibility study, business plan, and then from that you go out and you get funding based off that.
Right.
Those are the type of projects we need to go after. Projects that are absolute must in every community.
Right. 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 Yes. Like so I was doing the research. Yeah, it tells you to do the market research on the product that you want to sell.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
and
what I'm
there
saying?
are companies that do market research for
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
You know, you can get some market research off Google. You can use some, you can use Chat GTP, but people, you know, investors or people going to give you money. They want a real reputable source of information that you
Yes.
got your information from. So
Yes.
there are companies you pay money to. They'll, it can be, millions of dollars market research, all the way down to, $500 market research. Or you can do the market research yourself by just going out, pulling out different information from Google.
Right. I mean, you. I mean, if it's somebody that's doing some entrepreneurial stuff, you're gonna do some leg work and go out there and do some of the research yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Some of
Um,
the research got to be done yourself. Exactly.
yeah, and then when it comes
Hmm.
to marketing and stuff like that, you the internet, man. Listen, okay, let me say this: when we were young, we didn't have
Mm,
internet. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
We
We
have the yellow
probably
pages.
we we had the yellow pages.
We have
So
the yellow
so
pages.
so we probably would have been very well off if we'd have had the internet at that point because we was doing a whole lot of things.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah. We
saying?
didn't have that. Yep.
So what I try to tell people is that if you want to start a business, do your research, do your marketing through your social media because that's where people are. They turn on their phones, or
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
you always do Google ads and stuff like that to promote your business. Uh, I think that the city needs things like tech. I
Hmm.
We need tech stuff. To me, that's because
Hmm.
that's where the future is going towards
Hmm.
tech. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I think the children, the youth, need to get more off into the tech. They play a lot of games in Fortnite and all these old things, and they
Hmm.
go on the internet and do a whole lot of things. But I
Yeah,
think that tech is the future.
you're absolutely correct. Yep,
You know, so
yep, 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 yep. I mean, uh, uh, if you're talking about employment, right? Talking about employment, that's one thing. Entrepreneurship, that's a different. That's a different uh,
right,
path,
yeah,
right? And as a result, and it goes back to, I don't know what they're doing in the high schools now,
right,
but back then we had machine shop, we
yeah,
had automotive shop, we had carpentry.
yeah,
We had those type of classes
yeah,
inside.
yeah,
We had junior achievements where we making the cars, making them race
man.
down the damn tracks, and you know what I'm saying. Remember that?
Man, shit, I ain't heard junior achievement in
You
so
hear it?
long.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
right up on, yeah, 72nd or
Yeah,
state.
yeah.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
love junior achievement, man.
Oh yeah. So what do you think about gentrification in hub zones?
Well, I think Hub Zone is one of the tools that if someone wants a specific a demographic of people to benefit from his or her business, then it needs to activate uh, 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 a Hub Zone sort of approach.
Right.
And that's done by getting government contracts, right? If you're in a hub zone, you say, okay, I want to put my business in a hub zone. You can go to, I forgot the name of the website. You can go to the website. It's a little interactive kind of map that will show you what location is a hub zone. If you put your business in that hub zone, then a certain percentage, I think 70%, don't quote me, I could be wrong. There's a pretty hefty percentage of the employees have to have the zip code of that area
Right.
of that specific hub zone.
Right.
So when you talk about gentrification is when another demographic moves into a community, and because of the financial status, financial strength of that particular demographic, they're going to, of course, change the cost of living in that area. Thus,
Right.
the people who are originally there move out, and they call it gentrification. If there's a new factory or a new business in any particular city, then you're going to get some gentrification is going to happen.
Right.
The pushback of that gentrification is the hub zone portion of it.
Right.
So that's how those two kind of relate and overlap.
Right. Right. Oh, okay. Let me see what else you got on here. Let me see. Cause I did some key points and stuff like that. Um.
Now you got some good stuff on there, man. Based on what we talked about,
Yeah.
they linking up. They making sense.
Yeah. Okay. And then what I put in there is black love missing
Yep,
in the
black love.
community.
Yep, yep, yep. Black love is why we don't buy from each other. Why we don't help each other. I've been fighting with that for years, man. What is wrong with us?
Right.
I'm talking about, man, many times, man. I'm talking about, bruh, I done been to, I can name the countries, and not just visiting on vacation. I've been there weeks and months. I wouldn't say months, but I would say at least a month at some of these spots I had to go to, because we will be working on projects that are, you got to be there, you know. You got to go back. Is another meeting in 2 weeks. When I'm gonna get on the plane, flying back. So you find yourself being in those places a lot.
Right.
The whole time I'm thinking about, I'm always comparing those people with my people.
Right.
You know how
Exactly.
many times I heard stories of different people and the house that they're going to build back in their neighborhood.
Right.
Everybody, every nationality that I came across, all had the dream
Right.
of building a home in their neighborhood.
Right.
And I sitting there looking at them like, my neighborhood is you know, you know, then changed. Everybody I knew is all gone, and it's just no life there.
Right.
So so the way that other I boil it down to love, man.
Right.
That has to be the only that's the lead that's the last only other explanation of why we are the way we are. We don't love each other, man. We don't genuinely love. And I ain't talking about black power. I ain't talking about it being hijacked by no movement, no political movement, because I don't like that either. Back in the day, it was real unity that was keeping us together. When we
Right.
talked about black power and black love, it was real and genuine. It wasn't hijacked by no group. Now you got this group and that group and that group. So I don't even deal with none of it.
Right. Right.
I don't even call myself African American, man. I'm a black American.
Right.
I'm a black American, man. I've been to Africa
Right.
multiple times, been through there. And I'm talking about, and got property there.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, them African Americans, them Africans, we not Africans, bro. And I know people mad at me and all that, man. We black Americans, y'all cut
Right.
it out with that. Because I,
Right.
I got I got partners, friends, business partner, friend, all African from different various parts of Africa.
Right.
They African Americans. When they talk and they describing us, they say black American. Now he's
Right.
black American. No, she was black American. No, the black American lady.
Yeah.
They never call us African American. And this ain't a bad or good thing. I'm just sharing information of how things are perceived
Yeah.
and how it
People
impacts
around the
us.
country, people around the country
Because
perceive
man,
us in a whole
it
different.
impacts us. Yeah,
Yeah.
they know us, man. The love is there. I've been around, man, they love us.
Yeah.
And you know why though? Not because of not the new us. They love us because of the old us.
Yes.
They love us because of them bad days back then when
Yeah.
they was watching that. The new us, no, no, no. They don't want to have nothing to do with this. Right now, no, not the new one. The
Yeah.
old one is the one they love, not the
Yeah.
new one. And
So.
so a lot of people don't understand that. But the love we had back then, it was real. And
Right.
so right now it's all hate.
Yes.
You know, it's all hate, man. We really hate each other. We genuinely actually hate each other.
Right.
Whenever it's a black, it's always something. It's always something. It's always a this or a that or a this. Man, people don't act like that.
Right.
Other people around the world don't act like that.
Right.
We act. We got a problem. We are an autistic nation of people. Something
Right.
wrong with our head, bro.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to be. Man, I go into the store and I don't be ranting on this because this. You go, the dude. I'm down here in the A, so hey man, the guy, this. I said, come on, man. I said, come on, man. I
Right.
said, come on, man. I pull up to the gas station. Man, I have to go through about 4 or 5 gas stations at night before I get out and pump some gas.
Right.
I pull up to the gas station. He walk up to me. I just dip away.
Right.
I want to help you, man, but come on, man. I might give you some change. I'll be you on a YouTube video or
Oh, and
something.
now they don't ask for no change. They ask. I mean, you got $5.
Yeah,
Really?
$5. Yep.
$5?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to tell you, I pay with a card, bro. Shit.
Yeah,
I got
man. I
cash
mean,
out. What? You got all that? You know what
yeah, it got
I'm
cash.
saying?
Got cash out, man.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
cash. So
Yeah, the
so
homeless
so
got
so
cash
so
out
it's
now.
it's love, man. It's love. It's about love. We gotta learn to love
Yes.
each other.
Yes.
We gotta
Yes.
genuinely learn to love each
Yes.
other, bro. That's what
And
it boils down
it's have to
to.
be it has to be like you say, it has to be genuine and organic, and it has to, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, it's just helping people and assisting people is should be an
The
organic.
question is where did the hate come from, man?
let me say this, and this is my opinion. I let everybody have their own opinion. My opinion is, you know, there are systems that are built that create this monster. If I allow these people over here to do a certain something, because you got to think after. Okay, let me go back. So we had the '60s, and then at the end of the '60s they took King out.
Yeah.
So they take King out. You got the Panthers that's up early '70s and stuff like that.
Hmm.
They take them brothers out. So a lot of people, from my perspective, were not standing up and keep pushing the movement because they were taking people out. People were getting assassinated. People were dying. They was taking people to jail. They setting them up, and now they going to jail forever and all this whole stuff. They make them political prisoners, uh, things of this nature. And I think that come up on the '80s, round the I'm gonna say around mid '70s, we start mellowing out a little bit. Now it's calming down a little bit. So then come out of L.A. and California. Now you got the crack era.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
got you
First
got
nigga that I saw hit him in the jaw.
yeah,
That lyric right there destroyed me.
yeah,
First nigga that I saw hit him in the jaw.
yeah, yeah. So
That right
yeah,
there traumatized me, man. That lyric right there,
yes,
that lyric right there was totally against what we had been growing
yeah,
up on, man.
yes,
That
yes.
it was a
Cause
man. It
I was BDP Public Enemy out, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And
It's a black thing.
yeah. So
We
so
we 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 we
yes,
man.
yes,
I got a picture. I got a picture of me of a dashiki I made, man, when I was 16 years old,
yes,
and I had a cane with some Malcolm glasses on.
yeah,
We went to the Million Man March, man. Morris
yes,
Science Temple.
yes,
You know, we was
yes.
all up on 25th Street at the
Yeah,
mosque, right in the
I wind up going to the march too.
yeah. And
Yeah, but
so and so
that
yeah,
was a
and
lovely
so
thing though.
it was a lovely thing.
Yes.
But you know what, man? When that NWA came out and they started talking about shooting folks and
Oh
killing and
man,
stomping,
that was, and you know I love Ice
and
Cube, man.
then
I
crack
love
simultaneous. No,
yeah.
man, Ice Cube need to get
I
on the
I
internet and
I
make a public apology. He really
yes.
need to
No no
do
no
that
no no no.
because
I agree.
he ain't. I mean, he cool, but I think he cool. He
Yes
ain't reached the level of real maturity to say,
yes
look, man, I need to make an apology because he has some folks doing some nut stuff.
yes
And we
yes.
lost a lot of brothers and
It's a
sisters.
lot
And it's a
from then
lot of
and
young
to
brothers
now,
and
bro.
sisters grew up
It's
without no
millions of
fathers,
cats
without
gone.
no mamas
Yes
because of that. I'm
yes
telling you, man.
yes
That dude need to say he's sorry. He need to apologize.
yes
That destroyed the black community.
yes
Crack coming in simultaneously.
yes
Everybody trying to ball and make money.
yes. And so at that point, I because
So let's take it back. So you're saying that so you consider this to be the man. Do you consider that to be typical? I'm saying, look, man. You know what I don't like? I listen. That crack era, man. I feel we should get some reparations for that.
yes
Only the crack part. The
yeah
other part, the other slave, so that's kind of way, kind of too far, kind of, you know what I'm saying? The
yeah
slave thing is kind of hard to debate and argue, and we didn't get the numbers right and all that. I'm with it, all cool, but I don't really. But the crack, come on, man. Somebody got to kind of, throw a couple of dollars, man. And
yeah
don't say it was affirmative action was the one that the crack fixed in the EOE y'all put at the bottom of the application. That's our affirmative. That's our
reparation.
reparations. No, man, y'all kind of got to owe some money for that, man. That was wrong. It's
Yeah,
documented. They
and they
did.
they were taking the money and sending it to the Iran Contras. It was geared
Yeah,
towards that,
yeah,
man. That's
yeah.
crazy,
That is
man.
that. I can't believe I'm sitting there talking to you on Facebook about this. this probably ain't good for my career, bro. Just to
No,
let
no,
you
no,
know.
no, no, no,
Um,
no, 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 no. We good. We
but
good.
but but but
We go.
but
We go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to
hey,
something else. Let's go to
hey,
something else.
no,
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 but
no.
we
Let's go.
here.
Let's, no,
We're
let's go. Let's
we're
go. Let's go to something else. We're gonna talk about something else. We're gonna say.
oh man.
All right. Now we already talked about that seven largest. So, all right. We gonna wrap it up. Uh,
Yeah, man.
one of the things that if you get a chance to, can you on the closing part of this segment, just I'm trying to say, okay, we're gonna do the dream part. What was what did you what did you dream to be if you ever if you did you ever think about I want this is what I wanted to be.
No, man, I ain't never dreamed to be nothing. I had a I had and have multiple
Right, right.
things all the time.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes,
The end of each one of those is just peace, man.
yeah,
Sitting back, family good, friends good, sitting back, that's it. As far as like being a specific no, I never really it never was what never was my thing.
okay. Then is there something by you being uh a creator of things, is there something that you wanted to create that you said I missed out on
Oh, I got a bunch of them, bro.
it? Yes.
I got a bunch of them. I established the first 50 caliber gun barrel manufacturing facility. I can't say the Middle East, but I can say in the Gulf and a little bit outside of Gulf,
Right.
including Africa,
Right.
some parts of Africa. I don't know what they were doing up there in the north side,
Right.
but and that was in conjunction with a company out of Kansas City.
Right.
When I was putting together the project, I'm looking at different suppliers, vendors. Man, Kansas City came up. Whoa, I got to went there, matched the whole deal up.
Right.
When that when I did that and the product came out, I'm talking about the customer said, "Man, we ain't never shot barrels like that before." And I had a State Department
Right.
approval, just in case if somebody out there
Right.
want to Google. I had a State Department. It was under my company Ziltech LLC, so I did have approval. I had a State Department export uh, uh,
Yes. Yes.
license
Right.
for that project, cover that project. But to answer your question, that's the one project that I really wanted to kind of, because it's such a Midwest, you know, Olin Winchester, Olin Winchester. My father worked out there, I think
Mm-hmm.
17 years over there.
Right.
You had a lot of ammunition and a lot of defense in that area. And so that's the project that I really wanted to actually bring back, one of the projects, and actually set up in the Midwest. I mean, in the East St. Louis, that particular area, and actually get into that type of work,
Right. Right.
But in terms of products,
Right. That's good, man. So
yeah,
for those of you who tuned in late, I'm talking to yeah, y'all used to call him years ago when he was Five Slammer Jammer, when he was tearing y'all up, y'all used to call him Lil Hard, you know.
yeah, there was some good days, man.
Yeah,
There
it
was
was a
some
good
good. I
day.
still got it too. I still
Yeah.
got it. I don't let no. I don't let nobody see it though. I
Yeah,
don't let
yeah.
nobody see it.
Yes,
But
yes.
I don't let nobody see. I don't let nobody, not no wife, no kids, none of that. Nobody gonna see it.
No, no, bro. I watch. Sometimes I see a video and I see somebody dancing. I might send it to Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Kenny,
Yeah.
man, dude, this just remind me a little hard, boy. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to think, man. For me in our neighborhood, man, it was a lot of moving components, bro. especially when we young. We had a lot of moving components. You know what I mean?
I can't believe we did all that stuff in 24 hours went a long way back then, man.
yes, 24 hours
Talking
was
about from the
long.
time you get up and you left the house, by the time you got back, man, it seemed like you did so much. You
Yes,
did so much, man.
yes. Went from went
And I
from
can't
went
believe we
from
used to
junior
walk to school.
went from junior gents to Phi Slamma Jamma. Shit.
Yep, yeah. You and MC Baby Jew did a little thing, man. It upset me though, bro. I gotta just let you know. I was in Saudi Arabia mad at you. Way over the I said these dudes gonna do it. They gonna do a Slamma Jamma reunion and do it half ass.
Yeah, it was half ass.
Man,
It
no,
it
man.
it it,
Listen,
it, it, it was half. It
that's
had
got to be done. That's got to be
yes,
done
yes,
right, man. And I'm
yes,
talking about if it's done, it has to be done right. And you need to do the documentary and you need to go all the way back because
yes,
I want to know who started this.
yes.
I'm talking about, and maybe you know. So I'm talking about this stuff was going. I said, well, who was? I said, there was Lover Boys. There was. I said, no, there was Lover
We
Boys.
started we
I
started
knew
the
some
junior gents
names
first.
before Lover Boys.
No. Okay, no, okay. So you
I'm
got
talking about.
no. So you got the dogs and the lover boy. The dogs was started, then lover boys. Then you had paradise, and then that's
But you're
when
talking about East Side, right? Or you talking about
that
the
was
whole
east side.
city?
Yeah.
No, I'm
So
talking about. I'm talking about the origin of who was the first ones to go back. Listen, man. Listen. This is what I'm saying, man. This is important. We need to know who this person is.
right.
I look, man. We were 16,
I
17,
can find
18.
out who the
Okay, but
person is.
listen what I'm gonna say. We 16, 17, 18, going to people's house, each other's houses, really sitting down. No. Take it back. Take it back. Again. No. No, the arm wrong, man. You doing the arm now, do the arm like him. And
Yes,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
yes,
We piecing it up at that
yes,
age, 16,
yes,
17,
yes,
18. And we
yes,
serious about it. And
yes,
meanwhile, on the other side of the city, you got the dogs doing. Then you got
yes,
the gent, then you got the ladies rock, then you got the lady five seven. And then, and I'm saying, so I'm saying to myself, because I'm talking about Shep. Listen, bro. I became a slammer when I was the youngest slammer. I had 80, I had 90 on my jacket. Y'all joke was already gone and big.
You was the youngest.
And
Yeah,
so I used to be sitting in the room watching y'all.
yeah.
And I used to be like, wow, the way y'all was, I said, who? So I want to know this. Who taught all of that? That was y'all getting these from the music teachers? Was it the music teachers at
Okay,
school that
okay.
was and y'all was mimicking them, making all this order? Cause y'all babies, man, and y'all organized. Y'all
Yes,
coming to work. Y'all coming to school saying, "Hey, practice gonna be we switch practice to hey
yes.
Lahard, practice at 8:30, man.
But see,
All right, 8:30. We going down
I
on our
had
books.
something different. My thought process was a little different. Okay, I'm dancing a little bit, but Jew is dancing, so that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? So Jew go, I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We rolling like that, and so I was already uh uh. Remember we was breakdancing.
Yeah.
So
That's when I first met you. You had on
yeah, yes,
some black Pumas with the white stripes.
yes. So we break dancing. I used to be in St. Louis all the time. So I'm
Mm,
going over there. I'm battling them cats and doing what I do, and then so uh we getting ready to go to East Side. So we started the junior gents. So I'm still only dancing a little bit, only cause Jew dancing. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. We rolling when we roll. You know what I'm saying? So
mhm.
so then Shep now got involved. Anthony
No,
joined
who
us
created the
about
who created the Junior Gents?
uh I don't quite know who actually came up with Junior Gents. So that could have been
So there
Shep.
was a Gents. If there
It
was
could
a
have
Junior Gents, then there was a Gents, right?
well, yes. Okay, because we dropped the junior part. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So 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 then, you had Shep and Shep J, Dewan, um, Boo, Dudite came because Dudite uh, mother was staying down by Clark. So Dudite
Mm,
came, but his grandmama lived in the hood, so he'd come down, and
mm-hmm,
you know what I mean.
mm-hmm,
So it all started right there. So then once uh they got the East Side, now they competing with you know the legends because we would
mm.
always go to the dances or go
Okay,
to and
who were these legends at who
the
were
the
these
the
legends at
legends at
Eastside?
that time was the Dogs and the Lover Boys. Lover Boys
Okay,
were mainly at Lincoln. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's what I
Yeah,
thought. That's what I
yeah,
thought.
yeah, yeah. So a lot of them brothers was at Lincoln, and then oh yeah, man, and then I fell in love with the rap,
So
bro.
so
I said fell in love
so
with the rap,
so
and I was like, y'all can have it.
so look, man, there were dances that was mainstream popular, right?
Yes, yes,
Uh, you cabbage patching and
yeah,
you
yeah,
prepping.
yes, yes,
That stuff goes all the way out Memphis. That stuff go all around.
yeah,
Cabbage patch.
yeah.
There were dances that we were doing inside those groups that don't nobody do. It's only
Nobody do. It's only East
East
St.
Side
Louis.
and Lincoln, and
Yes,
and and they had names. And
yes,
who? So I'm saying, who was making this stuff up? Who
man.
were the? There was a certain elegance. There was a eloquence. I don't know, forgot
Yeah.
what. When it came to the dance and routines, man, that they used to Brad, Marco D, Trub,
Mm-hmm.
Boo,
Mm-hmm.
Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
When we over there at that spot, Tone Loc, of course,
Yeah.
we over at that spot, man. And I remember Marlon, the whole time it used to always be, and I know everybody had their moment. This
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about my window of time. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure everybody else got this, not to knock on nobody else's time, but I would love to hear that whole Lover Boy story. I would like to
Mm-hmm.
hear them because the reason why I'm getting to this point is because I used to see them do things and
Mm-hmm.
they were so accurate on how the body posture had to be.
Yeah. Yes.
And it couldn't be looking crazy. Like you couldn't
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
swooping like this. Yo, you couldn't be
Yeah.
it has to bam, it has to be boom, it has to be
It was a science to it, bro.
it was a science to it, and everybody knew how to feel it. It was
Yep.
like when you walked a certain way, you had to feel that joint. And
Yep.
and I'm talking about, bruh, I just be tripping off how kids that young was so accurate, man.
Yes.
When it's up at that age, man.
Yeah.
And I said,
It's
it must have
precise,
been
man.
like some gym teachers. It must have been like the dance teacher at
Yeah.
school. Somebody was teaching the methodology. It was a
Yeah.
methodology to it.
Yeah. And I mean, especially come assembly time. Oh, it was over. Talking about practice hard.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Practice
yeah,
hard.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But
We had it
I
was
love that music.
offshoot.
I love that music so bad, man. I was like, man, I am, and Jew kept dancing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I saw
And,
Jew and
and, and,
Marlon and Tone Loc at King do
yeah, yeah.
as lover boys that day. One day.
Yeah, so they kept dancing. I was like, man, I like this music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was my situation. But yeah,
Man, we
man.
done got way all off the subject, bro. We
Yeah,
ain't
we
even
got way
talking
off the
about no
subject. Yeah,
economic
we yeah.
development. We
But
ain't not.
anyway,
But
we
look, what I want to say is this though. What I want to
yeah,
say, if anybody is interested in reaching out to me, holler at the brother Danny. Let him holler at me when it comes to economic development projects. I don't write grants. I don't do none of that stuff like that. I know I could write a grant, but what I'm saying is that when it comes to a project, you need some help on some advice on a project, just reach out to me and I'll feel free to help out whichever way I can.
yes, yes. So, brother, I
So
appreciate you, man. Hey, I be trying to get guests on, man. A lot of people, I don't want to be in front of the camera.
yeah, I think you need to do that more, man, and just different. I saw you had the brother Rickathon on there. I tuned in for
Oh
that
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wanted to hear the brother's story. See,
Yes,
Rickathon don't know this. See
he got a deep story
Rickathon.
too.
I used to I used to create. Remember, I used to create staffs, wood
Oh
canes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I used to go down to the Mississippi River in
Yes.
my father's blue Chevy love truck and
Yeah.
get that driftwood and throw it on back of it. Go to my
Exactly.
father's house, get his Dremel tool and carve up names, sand it off, shellac it. And that
Yeah.
was my, that
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
red to black degree. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and I used to make the other little 5% type of
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
things
Exactly.
and take the
Exactly.
black shoestring and I used to go over to a spot. And that's when I first met that brother. I don't think he remember. I don't know if he remember, but I was selling that stuff, and that's kind of started me with the looking at products and how products are
Yes.
are you take them out of nothing, you make something, and you sell it. And that's a simplified version of it, but it applies. It don't matter what you're doing, whether you're
Exactly.
doing cup or a
Exactly.
car.
Exactly. So yeah, man, it was good talking to you, man. We'll come together again and have a
Hmm.
conversation. Maybe we can get two or three more people on to have a
Yeah,
conversation.
that'd be good, man.
We
That'd
kind
be
we
good.
kind we
That's
kind
that's
I kind of went off the mark a little bit, but that's just
Yeah, we had some fun, man.
that's just
But it's
us
all good
reminiscing.
because it's family. I didn't
Yeah,
really want to be talking no formal, too
yeah, yeah,
formal anyway,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Because I can't, man. I'm with love, man. We do that on other times. Things get serious, but this is not that type of thing, man. And
yeah,
being your brother,
yeah.
uh, is,
So yeah,
family,
man.
man,
So
family.
so yeah,
So I'm
it's
gonna come
been
up there. I promise Reese I was gonna go up there and holler at him too.
yeah,
Got to give a brother a call, man,
yeah,
and come up there and see the brother Mike G,
yeah,
see
yeah,
Daryl.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's been real, man. I
yeah.
appreciate you, brother. Once much love. We gotta have much love, more love in the hood. It's
More love
good.
in the
I
hood, man.
think
That's
I
what it's
think I
about.
think it's gonna be good. Life is beautiful. It's a great
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah,
It's a great time to be alive.
yeah. It is. Yeah, this is a
It's
time.
exciting right now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Information is
exciting.
out there, man.
Yes,
Information is out
information
there.
is out there. You can build and create almost anything that you want. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You just got to put your mind to it and become disciplined. You know, I'm guilty of procrastinating and BSing a lot.
Hmm.
So that's sometimes that's we have to realize what our downfalls are.
But sometimes it ain't BSing, man. Let me leave with this story. I apologize, bro, because
Okay.
it's. Let me leave with this story.
Okay.
There was a man, and the man was fishing,
Mhm.
and it was another man sitting off in his car watching the guy fish, and this
Yeah.
guy was out there, man. He pulling him in. He got piles of fish. So
Right.
the businessman sitting in the car watching him walked over to him and said, "Hey man, you caught all these fish?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, you ought to go into business." He got fishing. He looked up at him. He said, "Man, I don't know how to go into no business, man." The businessman tells him, "No, you take the fish and you sell the fish."
Right.
So the guy said, "How do I do that?" He said, "You get you a truck, come out here, you know, catch the fish, and go sell the fish." He said, "Where am I selling?" He said, "You drive up there to the market."
Right.
Okay. He said, "Then what?" He said, "Then you get you some people and, you know, then what? Then you get to the scales." And he said, "Then what? Then you got to go up market." He said, "Then what?" He said, "Then you make your money." He said,
Right.
"Then what?" He said, "You do what you want to do." The guy
Right.
looked up at him and said, "I'm already doing what I want to do."
Right. Right.
so,
Right.
so, so to your point, you said you're procrastinating. But sometimes, man, we ain't procrastinating. We doing what we want to do, man. Life good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go out there and make do all that headache for, and I'm already chilling. Because what you gonna do with the money? You gonna get the money what? And chill?
Right. Just so
Sometimes
you can
chilling don't
chill.
cost no money. Yeah,
Just
just so you can chill.
yeah.
So sometimes you gotta understand what your intention is, man, with the
Right.
business. And we didn't cover
Right.
that part,
Yeah.
but it's about what's your exit strategy? Are you
Right.
trying to get paid quick and walk away? Are you trying to put your name on this product? Is it a legacy? Is it something you want to pass down to your kids? Because depending on that greatly changes your entire direction of your business.
Exactly.
Changes everything,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So, bro, it's been real. I appreciate you, man. It's
All
always a
right, man.
pleasure, man. Mr. Lloyd
Hey,
Harper. is in the
Next time you
building.
come down, you holler at me, bro.
Yes,
All right,
yes, yes. All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you,
all right,
man. It's
all
been
right. Take
real.
it easy.
Peace.
All right, man.
All right.
Peace.
There we have it. There we have it. I appreciate the brothers stopping by. I appreciate everybody who stopped by just to listen. Hopefully, y'all can hear me very well. Uh, it's been real. Thank y'all, and y'all know how I do it.